Hey, this is Jim Grimmy. I wanted to show you my CHUWI, C-H-U-W-I. I'm not making this up. This is really what it is. I try to find out how to pronounce these names of these companies. Alas, I cannot find it, so I'm just pronouncing it like it looks. C-H-U-W-I. This is my CHUWI. It's an Aerobook. You can see, CHUWI right there. There's the N. You've got USB there, headphones, port there for looks like an SD card, mini SD card, Type C port, another USB, and of course this is the power port. It goes there. What's nice about this? I'm going to come back here real quick so I won't be telegraphing to the world what my password is for my Microsoft account. It's a Windows 10 machine. It's called the CHUWI Aerobook. It's a 13.3 inch bezel-less, no bezel, edge-to-edge screen on this thing. 8 gig of RAM, 256 gig SSD. It's a fanless notebook. Fanless notebooks are nice because they're very thin. If you get them very hot, maybe shut off, and then you just have to wait until they cool down. You'd have to really crank on this thing to make that do that, and I would not recommend you going out of your way to try it. Before I got this, I read a bunch of reviews, tech reviews on various computers and stuff. This is the one that I settled on. It was retailed at $4.99 on Amazon. They had a $50 coupon, so I got it for $4.49 on Amazon. Very thin, very nice, very attractive. It's kind of a space gray type of theme on this. This has some. The screen is just it's a very nice screen. Of course, a lot of people, some of them, the company says you can get 9 hours out of this. You could, if you take notice here. You've got function keys like you do on a lot of Windows machine, and I can actually, if I dropped the light down on this thing, I could reduce the power by a considerable margin. If I raise the light, then of course that's going to kill my battery that much sooner. And if you watch a lot of videos, which will take up the graphics. Now, because the graphics card in this has an Intel M3 processor. This processor was released, I believe, in June of 2015, so it's an older processor, but it's a good processor. A Celeron is what they used to call this. This is above Celeron. But this doesn't even rank among like your typical Intel chipsets that you normally hear, the i3, i5, i7, different universe. But this is not a Aerobook is what they call this. Air light. This is not a computer that's really manufactured to do heavy hitting productivity. This is just office productivity. Anything you have as far as if you're wanting to get into anything like Microsoft Office or in anything. Now, see, I've already got my account plugged in here. I can go into Gmail here. I can also go over here to my apps. I'd be able to go down here into Docs. I really like Google Docs. What's nice about Google Docs is it's not on my computer, which is a nice thing. And that gives you the ability to save stuff to the cloud, save stuff to Google Drive. Very nice. Because this is a Microsoft and I have a Microsoft account, I have OneDrive, which gives me a lot of memory right there. This is just a great computer. I mean, it really is for what you get out of this thing. Like I said, 8 gig of RAM. 2 gig of that RAM will be utilized whenever you're running anything that's graphic intense, anything videos, pictures, things like that. So then you've got 6 gigs to play with basically before you start noticing a lag. This thing starts very quickly. It's a very simple machine. It's not simple like, but simple. It's not overly complicated. They give you some very nice features on this. It came preloaded with, of all things, Internet Explorer, which is kind of passe. This is of course Microsoft Edge, which is, I really like Microsoft Edge. I'm not going to really comment on my love affair with Windows 10, but Microsoft Edge is far superior to Internet Explorer. When I got the machine, it was it was filled with a lot of games. I immediately uninstalled those because it just takes up unnecessary memory, and I don't play games. I use this more for productivity. It's very light. I don't have to fret over the thing. I did order me a little case that comes with this thing that I'll have to carry it around in. But this is what it's for. This is for productivity, for me to be able to carry back and forth. It's got a great screen. If I so choose to watch videos, of course, that's what the plug-in's for. This is the type of plug. This thing does. What's nice about it is it does charge fairly rapidly. Let me see if I can see my little charge port here, so I can show you this. You plug this in there, and this is probably true with. Oh look, it's got all of my Pastor Dude the Magnificence page. I was in a particularly good mood that day. And then we go back, there's the CHUWI website. CHUWI is actually, it was a company that began in 2004. They have an excellent reputation as far as using very high quality electronics and putting out very high quality pieces of hardware. And they've done well. I did a lot of research on this. CHUWI ranked very high. This is just a great value. There again, I'm not a tech guy, as far as I don't make a living doing tech research and tech reviews. This is just the computer that I got, and I actually really like it. $449 with the coupon. Like I said, the coupon was a $50 coupon that retailed for $499. They rate the battery capacity. This has a 38 watt battery capacity, which is not that big a battery, but keep in mind, look how small this machine is. Very thin, very small, but it's a very nice machine. Now I'm gonna have to open this back up, and it's gonna want me to sign back into this thing. And when I sign back into this thing, I'm gonna pull it over here, so you do not see what I'm doing with this. But there again, you can see that. What this does, you go down here, it says 94% available of the total battery, and it's plugged in and charging. So it's every machine has its personality. This does. They give you, they outline in a little. They put a little red bracket around your power button over here. It's got all the buttons that you can imagine here. It's got the function button, and it's got 3 levels here on brightness for your backlit keyboard, which is very nice, especially if you choose to, work in bed, which I don't recommend, but I mean, you can do that. Very nice machine. I mean, you can go into this, personalize to it, change the backgrounds so you can get different pictures of it. The graphics, the picture of this thing is very nice. This is a very nice screen. I think the screen resolution on this thing is 1920 by 1080. It's a anti-glare display. So even though I've got a light sitting right up above this thing, you're able to see it very well. About 2 3/4 pounds, 2.77, I think is what the website says. It's got 7 ports on the side of it. It's got 2 USB 3.0 ports. Then it's got a Type-C port, mini HD port, and of course the fast charging DC port on the side as well, which will allow you to, if you want to plug this thing, you can get the adapter and you can plug it into your car. That is not included with this, and it also has the micro SD slot on the side as well. Again, Intel M3 processor on this thing. 8 gig of RAM and 256 gig SSD, all for a grand total of $499 plus. If you get it today, as of today, which is August 11, 2019, I believe there's still a $50 coupon online, and I would highly recommend you get it. I liked it, you'll like it.